Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today I have another breakup story to share. And if you have a breakup story you'd like to share, please visit rightmac.com, and I could respond in a YouTube video just like this. If you like this video, throw me or this individual a like. If you don't like it. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the bell if you want to see every story that comes in. And if you have a comment that might help this individual out, please put it down below. Let's get into it. Been doing a lot of stories so far, so sometimes I speed things up. Hello, Coach. I am from France and 20 years old. Cool. Never been to France. My mother's from there, or my grandfather was. Mother's half French. So was my ex-girlfriend. We spent together almost a year without any fight or tension between us. So a year with no tension, that's the honeymoon phase. That's how it should be. She was quite inexperienced, shy, unconfident, but very lovely, natural, and pure. So she has some good parts and bad parts. That's called a human. That's why I really loved her. I had relationships before her, but she was the one that I felt the love the most. So bottom line is, you were most in love with her, but that doesn't mean you can't meet someone else that you're more in love with. You're 20 years old. You got a lot of life ahead of you, my friend. She was basically the one. There's no such thing in my book as the one. There's a moment where you meet someone that's really special, but 4, 5, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years down the road, you could meet another person that you go is the one. Read the book, The Rational Male. He talks about this for a whole chapter being one of the worst things you can do, considering that you've met the one. A better way to look at it is that there's possibly soulmates or multiple the ones in the world. If there's 3 or 4 billion women in the world, there's only one that was meant for you. That's extremely limited thinking. She also loved me really much. She told me that she even cried for me. Well, that's sweet of her. We had a fairy tale-like relationship. We tried things, new things together. Every day we spent was unique. We shared our dreams like most couples. We dreamt about a future like traveling the world, trying new things. When you're 20 years old, you talk a lot about new things, great things, and some of them don't work out. I'm not being insensitive, but I see a lot of this. We were going to get married. We were going to live together. Sometimes shit don't work out, man, and you got to deal with that. And it didn't work out for a reason. We used to see each other 2 or 3 times a week. In my opinion, this was pretty ideal because this is your opinion, not hers. We could miss and look forward to seeing each other again, but also we were not craving. Yeah, 2 or 3 times a week is ideal until it's not. In every sense, I felt that I was loved. The love was not fake at all. It was 100% natural. So I don't know what fake love is, but that's positive that it was natural. She always told me about everything in her life. She shared her every single detail, everything that she was afraid of and sharing. This is not really a story. This is you going on and on about how great a person is. I told this guy to rewrite this story, and it's the same kind of thing. This is why you need to go to the website and read the directions. In our 7th or 8th month, here's storyline stuff. She started to feel a bit depressed. Her routine is quite different, and she does not live in a unique house. She was frustrated a bit, and also since her family didn't allow her to go out at night, she was feeling a bit bored and unhappy. She had applied for an internship program and got rejected. Basically, she started to feel disappointed about her life. Well, if her family's telling her what to do at 20 years old, at what point is she going to become an adult and live on her own and make her own decisions? After her problems began, we talked about them many times, and every time she opened herself up to me, I relieved her. Interesting. I told her everything was okay and she just needed to be patient and let her life flow. She felt better every time I relieved her, and it told me I even cannot put myself together, and you do. Please keep doing it because sometimes I feel I am stuck in my head. She might need professional help. She also might need to get out and do some independent life experience type things because you're her boyfriend, you're not her therapist, and you needing to relieve her at this age because she's stuck in her head. I'm not sure you're qualified for that. I always reminded her of how strong she was. Well, good for you. One day after our meeting, I don't know what's the big problem in her life that her parents don't want her to go out so much. One day after our meeting, which was pretty good as always, and there were not any problems. Again, you've said this many times. She said that she felt bad that day, and when I asked her what was wrong, she replied with a long test. She was basically asking for space and time to recover everything. She felt pressured by her own, and she did not want to waste time with her problems. She said she would come back after 2 weeks. Right now, she's uncertain about a lot of things in her life, and a relationship's not a good time for her right now. I respected her decision and waited patiently for her until it had been 2 weeks. 2 weeks is not waiting patiently. That's a deadline. I sent her a voice message saying that I was curious. I was there for her and loved her so much, but separating ourselves in hard times was not the best thing to do. It wasn't the best thing to do for you. She replied she could not get over her problems. She's dealing with some issues in her own head and her own problems, and she needs to do that on her own. And this idea that you're guiding her and giving her good advice all the time, she doesn't agree with that wholeheartedly. The problem was definitely not me. Okay. She loved me the same. She did not text me because she thought it would prevent us from being objective. She was growing and changing. Dun, dun, dun. At 20 years old, this is a big part of your life. And growing and changing, sometimes you got to do it on your own. She did not know what to do and what kind of life she needed to have. She's got to figure that out and take her own path. She was afraid of hurting me because she loved me even more than herself, and she was keeping me away from my well-being. Wow, that's a big statement. She cannot cope with her thoughts. Her brain was telling her that something was wrong. Is this someone you want to continue a long-term relationship, or would you, I understand that she wanted to break up, but told her that I wanted to see her to have a conversation. I think what she told you was pretty clear. When I saw her, she hugged me for so long, cried on my shoulder a lot. She blamed herself. Look at this. Look at us. I am the one who made us end up like this. Last year I was crying to you, and now I'm crying for you to go. I'm not sure what I want in life. Dun, dun, dun. You could have just gave me this statement a long time ago. She's unsure. She's uncertain. It has nothing to do with you. How are you going to make an individual like this happy? Give them time and space to figure shit out for themselves. I'm doing this for us. If we go on, we will get hurt worse, and I do not want to remember me as the girl who broke your heart. Wow, that sounds like that's a lot of pity. I know I'll not be loved this much, and I will not fund someone like you. I could not say anything, but okay, this is what you need. I took her to her house, holding her hand. She kissed me, and I let her go. It's been 3 weeks now. We are in a natural no contact period. Like 10 days ago, I saw her at campus with her girls. She waved her hand, and I gave back. Even though I really tried hard to move on, I miss her a lot. It's only been 3 weeks. You need to give it more time and space. She's told you again and again her reasons. She's not happy with herself. She doesn't know what she wants. How would she know if she wants to be in a long-term relationship at 20 years old? You need to accept that. You need to continue to be on no contact and quit keeping track of the days. Oh, it's been 11 days or 12 days. I've been a little tough and stern on this because you're going over all the good stuff over and over again. Here's the reality, okay? She's uncertain about herself. She's in a period where she wants to find things out for herself. She doesn't want you to guide her everywhere. And you guys need to go different paths right now. So I hope that helps you. Please visit rightmac.com if you've got a breakup story you'd like to share, or if you'd like to book a live coaching session. Thank you for supporting the channel.